Under the canopy of a Bodhi tree, the Buddha sat surrounded by disciples, his face serene and thoughtful. Ananda spoke first, his voice carrying both curiosity and concern for the world beyond. Master, we encounter wondrous devices that seem to connect distant hearts. Yet they deepen distractions. What wisdom guides us now? The Buddha closed his eyes briefly, breathing deeply as if to gather the essence of the moment. Ananda, he began, his voice calm and deliberate. This world thrives on the ever-changing illusions crafted by Mara's grasp. Technology may serve as Mara's new form. His gaze softened as he scanned the curious faces before him, their minds eager to grasp his teaching. These devices, he continued, offer connection, yet often foster separation. They promise clarity, yet breed confusion when used without mindfulness. The sound of a rustling breeze accompanied his words, as the disciples leaned closer in attentive stillness. When I sat beneath this very tree, the Buddha said, Mara tempted me with countless forms, each one alluring and deceptive. Such is the nature of all things rooted in samsara, he explained, gesturing toward the expanse of the horizon beyond them. The Buddha nodded, acknowledging the weight of her confession. These thoughts you describe, do they serve any purpose? Anaya? She looked up, startled by the simplicity of his question. The devices you speak of hold no inherent evil. They are tools, born of human ingenuity and effort. Yet, the challenge lies not in their existence but in their influence over the mind, he said. Eyes meeting Ananda's. Just as a craftsman controls his chisel, so too must one master these tools. Ananda nodded, his expression reflective, as though already pondering the implications of the Buddha's words. Master, he asked, how shall we engage with these tools without succumbing to their temptations or losing our path to liberation? Mindfulness, the Buddha said, his tone firm but gentle, must anchor the heart when navigating this ever-changing world of creations and inventions. Let not the spark of distraction ignite a forest fire of craving and dissatisfaction within the mind. He cautioned, instead, regard these devices as waves, rising and falling, while your awareness remains the still ocean beneath. The murmuring of the nearby brook seemed to harmonize with his words. As the disciples listened, their attention unwavering, Ananda, he addressed the disciple directly. Be not ensnared by Mara's nets that take new forms with each age. Practice the middle way. Engage with these devices when they serve wisdom and compassion, the Buddha explained. Yet refrain when their allure clouds clarity or fosters harm to self and others. The disciples murmured among themselves, their voices blending with the rustle of leaves in an ancient rhythm of understanding. Buddha, how can one discern when the use of such tools aligns with the Dharma? A disciple inquired. Ananda felt a renewed sense of purpose, ready to nurture his unique qualities and contribute meaningfully to the collective harmony. The lesson the Buddha imparted stayed with him, a guiding light through moments of doubt and introspection in his spiritual path. Just as a farmer assesses each seed before planting, he said, so too must one assess each interaction with such tools. He placed his hand upon the earth, recalling the gesture of unshakable resolve that anchored his awakening. Ground yourself in awareness, the Buddha advised. Observe thoughts and feelings arising when these devices call for your attention. Another disciple asked, Master, are there ways to use these tools that deepen understanding and liberate rather than bind us? The Buddha nodded with calm certainty. Yes, there are ways, he answered. When used to convey teachings, share truth, or alleviate suffering, these tools can serve the Dharma. Let them become instruments of compassion and knowledge, the Buddha said, his voice resonating with the sincerity of his wisdom. But never let them divert your gaze from the path of liberation or the truth of the present moment. His hands rested on his knees, palms upward, as though offering his teachings as a gift to the disciples. Know this, dear ones, freedom lies not in the tool itself but in your skillful engagement with it. The sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows as the grove filled with the sound of birds returning to their nests. Ananda, the Buddha, spoke again. Imagine the moon reflected upon a tranquil pond. The image is beautiful, yet not the moon itself. These devices, he said, are like such reflections, not reality but representations shaped by perception and impermanence. His words lingered in the air like the fading light, holding within them an essence of timeless truth. The flowering shrub and seeds of wheat remained etched in his memory, guiding his teachings with vivid imagery and wisdom. Through his journey, Ananda learned that his path, unique yet intertwined with others, was a gift beyond comparison. The Buddha's wisdom transcended time, speaking to countless hearts, nurturing the garden of unity and contentment within each soul. Each moment became a testament to the truth the Buddha imparted, echoing through the silence of mindful acceptance. The middle way, he repeated, guides us to neither grasp nor push away but to meet the world with equanimity and insight. His voice seemed to harmonize with the rustling leaves, nature itself echoing the rhythm of his teachings. Let this serve as your compass, the Buddha said, as twilight softened the contours of the landscape around them. Engage with clarity and purpose, always questioning the role of these tools in your journey toward liberation. Ananda's story remains a reminder that life's interconnected tapestry thrives in the beauty of individual paths flourishing in harmony. The Buddha's wisdom continues to guide countless souls, echoing truths of existence and nurturing gardens of unity within them. As the night descended upon the grove, the fireflies appeared, their gentle glow a reminder of impermanence and the light within. The disciples departed, carrying the Buddha's wisdom as a lantern to illuminate their path amidst the shadows of Mara's illusions. Another day, beneath the Bodhi tree's shade, Buddha gathered with disciples, his presence calm as the gentle whisper of wind. A wandering merchant approached, carrying a curious box, shimmering and casting images that moved in ceaseless motion. Master, the merchant began, this box unites distant souls through images, bringing joy and wonder to those who gaze upon it. Buddha gazed at the box thoughtfully, his eyes reflecting compassion as he gestured for the merchant to step closer. Tell me, he asked softly, what is the intention behind this creation? Does it serve wisdom, or does it sow confusion? The merchant hesitated, then replied, it connects those separated by vast distances, fostering bonds and alleviating loneliness in hearts longing for togetherness. Buddha nodded, his expression calm yet resolute, as though seeing deeper truths hidden beneath the merchant's words. This box, Buddha began, is a mirror that reflects the outer world but also shapes the inner mind of those who use it. His words carried the weight of timeless wisdom, urging both disciples and the merchant to reflect deeply on their intentions. Just as the moon's reflection dances upon water, Buddha explained, these images shift and shimmer but are not reality itself. His hand hovered over the box, as though sensing its potential both to enlighten and to obscure the truth within. A disciple stepped forward, his voice trembling with curiosity, asking, Master, can such devices serve the Dharma if used with mindful intention? Buddha's gaze rested on the disciple, his voice calm and steady as the flowing brook nearby. Intent shapes the outcome, Buddha replied. And wisdom turns tools into instruments of compassion, spreading teachings, truths, and kindness to all beings. His words carried the essence of equanimity, guiding the hearts of those gathered toward clarity and balance. The merchant bowed his head, humbled by Buddha's insight, feeling a flicker of both wonder and responsibility for his creation's impact. Master, the merchant asked cautiously, How can one avoid the temptation to misuse such a device for distractions and fleeting pleasures? Buddha closed his eyes for a moment, as though listening to the silent pulse of the universe before responding. Mindfulness is the anchor that prevents the mind from drifting into waves of craving and the storms of restlessness, he said. He gestured to the merchant and disciples alike, adding, "Use these creations with awareness of their impermanence and the emptiness behind their forms." As with all things, Buddha's voice resonated with clarity, each word a lantern illuminating the path for those seeking wisdom. The merchant's gaze softened, as he reflected upon Buddha's teachings, sensing the weight of responsibility to ensure his creation's mindful usage. Another disciple asked, "Master, how can one discern whether the use of such tools aligns with the Dharma's teachings?" Buddha spoke with calm conviction, saying, "Reflect before acting, asking whether it fosters connection, compassion, and understanding, or feeds delusion and distractions from truth." His words carried simplicity yet profound depth, guiding the disciples to embrace the middle way even amidst such complexity. The rustling of leaves echoed softly, blending with Buddha's voice like an eternal rhythm binding nature and truth in harmonious unity. "These tools," Buddha said, "are neither inherently virtuous nor evil. Their nature shifts with the intent of those wielding them." The disciples nodded in understanding, recognizing the universal principle behind Buddha's words. As they contemplated their role in shaping outcomes, "Master," the merchant asked humbly, "can these devices alleviate suffering and foster interconnectedness if used with genuine intention and compassion?" Buddha's expression softened, his voice unwavering as he responded, "When used skillfully to spread truth and offer aid, they may serve as bridges uniting hearts and alleviating sorrow." The wind seemed to carry his words across the grove, mingling with the sunlight scattered upon the earth. He pointed toward the horizon beyond, saying, "True liberation lies not in devices but in seeing beyond their forms to the eternal truth within." His teachings illuminated the minds of the disciples and merchant alike, awakening their sense of purpose and wisdom. "Know this," Buddha continued, "engage not with attachment nor aversion but with clarity, compassion, and mindful presence in each moment." His words echoed timelessly, reminding those gathered of the impermanence and interconnectedness that bound all beings. The merchant bowed deeply, carrying Buddha's wisdom as a gift to guide his creation's usage. Feeling both humbled and inspired, a disciple turned toward Buddha, asking softly, "Master, does the Dharma change as the world transforms with tools like these?" Buddha smiled gently, his gaze filled with infinite compassion and patience as he replied, "The Dharma's essence remains eternal, though its applications may shift with changing times." His voice carried the profound truth, linking timeless principles to the impermanence of existence itself. A gentle breeze rippled through the grove, carrying the sweet scent of flowers, mingling with the unspoken reflections among those present. "The Four Noble Truths," Buddha said, "endure regardless of creation or invention, guiding beings toward liberation from the cycles of suffering." He turned to the merchant, adding, "Let your creation serve not to distract but to illuminate, cultivating wisdom and fostering kindness wherever it reaches." The merchant nodded with resolve, his heart swelling with newfound purpose to craft tools aligned with the Dharma's teachings. The disciples sat in contemplative silence, their thoughts stirring as ripples upon a tranquil pond, harmonizing with Buddha's timeless wisdom. "Let this serve as your compass," Buddha concluded. "Engage with these tools skillfully, balancing clarity and compassion, without grasping or rejecting." The merchant departed with a renewed sense of responsibility, carrying Buddha's teachings as a lantern to illuminate his path in creation. Twilight descended upon the grove, casting long shadows as fireflies appeared, their glow a gentle reminder of impermanence. The disciples lingered under the Bodhi tree, their hearts infused with peace and purpose, determined to align their actions with the Dharma. As the night enveloped the grove, Buddha's words lingered, timeless amidst changing forms, uniting hearts in the eternal truth of the middle way. Another day, under the spreading branches of the Bodhi tree, Buddha sat in quiet meditation, his presence radiating deep serenity. Disciples gathered around, their minds burdened by the rapid spread of devices that consumed the lives of countless beings. Ananda spoke first, his voice laced with concern, saying, "Master, these creations overwhelm our surroundings, blinding hearts to the essence of truth and liberation." Buddha opened his eyes slowly, his gaze steady and filled with compassion. Seeing their troubled minds reflected in their expressions, the world, Buddha began, is always in flux, transforming in ways both visible and unseen. Yet the Dharma remains unchanging. His voice carried a timeless calm, grounding those present amidst their swirling thoughts of impermanence and distraction. A disciple asked cautiously, "Master, how can the Dharma guide us in using these devices without straying from the path of wisdom?" Buddha looked upon him with patience and replied, "The Dharma guides us through equanimity, balancing engagement with mindfulness and refraining from attachment to transient forms." The murmuring of leaves accompanied Buddha's teachings, blending harmoniously with his words as disciples leaned closer, yearning for deeper understanding. These devices are tools, neither inherently virtuous nor harmful, shaped by the intentions and awareness of those who use them, he said. He gestured to the expanse of the horizon, adding, "Their power lies not in their form but in the choices made by beings wielding their potential." A wandering elder approached the gathering, his hands holding a device that glimmered faintly, its surface reflecting the sunlight. "Master," the elder began, "this device connects distant hearts but often fuels envy and division among those who use it." Unwisely, Buddha nodded, his gaze upon the device as if perceiving both its capabilities and its limitations beyond the surface appearance. "Intent governs outcomes," Buddha said, "and when driven by craving or ignorance, these tools can magnify suffering within samsara's endless cycle." His words resonated deeply, offering insight into the underlying truth guiding all actions, regardless of time or place. The disciples exchanged thoughtful glances, their faces etched with concern for the growing influence of such creations over the human mind. "Master," another disciple asked, "can these devices serve a greater purpose aligned with the Dharma, beyond fleeting distractions?" Buddha's expression softened, his voice calm yet firm as he answered, "Yes, they can serve wisdom, compassion, and the spread of truth when used skillfully." His words carried conviction, inspiring hope within the hearts of those gathered beneath the shade of the ancient tree. He placed his hand gently upon the earth, grounding his teaching in the eternal truth reflected in the cycles of nature. "Spread the Dharma through these tools, guiding others toward understanding and alleviating suffering with sincerity and mindful purpose," he explained. The elder nodded slowly, humbled by Buddha's insight, feeling both responsibility and inspiration for the creation's potential to foster compassion. A soft breeze carried the scent of blooming flowers, mingling with the silence that followed Buddha's teachings, inviting reflection. "Let not these devices become chains," Buddha said, "binding hearts and minds to illusion, but instead let them serve liberation." His voice echoed amidst the grove, blending seamlessly with the gentle rustling of leaves. As if nature itself bore witness, Ananda asked earnestly, "Master, how can we safeguard our intentions when engaging with tools that shape perception and thought beyond visible limits?" Buddha's eyes gleamed with quiet wisdom as he replied, "Anchor your heart in awareness. observing the effects arising from each action. The middle way, he continued, is your compass, steering you away from excess and guiding you toward balance, clarity, and purpose. His teachings resonated with truth, illuminating the path forward amidst a world of rapidly evolving complexity and distraction. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows that stretched across the grove, enveloping the disciples in the essence of twilight. These creations, Buddha said, are mirrors reflecting our choices, fostering wisdom or suffering depending on how we engage with their forms. Use them to share kindness, foster interconnectedness, and remind beings of their shared journey through impermanence and the cycles of samsara, he advised. A disciple stepped forward, his voice trembling with conviction, saying, "Master, can we truly align these tools with liberation and truth?" "Yes," Buddha answered, his tone unwavering. "But only through mindfulness and compassion can their purpose transcend illusion and serve the eternal Dharma." The fireflies emerged from the shadowed grove, their glow a quiet reminder of impermanence and light born within stillness. He concluded, "Freedom lies not in the tools themselves but in your skillful engagement." Guided by the timeless truths of the Four Noble Truths, the disciples bowed deeply, their hearts filled with gratitude and purpose. Carrying Buddha's teachings as lanterns for the world, the elder departed, his steps slow and deliberate, bearing the wisdom that echoed within him to guide his creations with mindfulness. As the stars emerged, twinkling against the vast sky, the grove fell into quiet contemplation. Resonating with the echoes of truth, Buddha sat amidst the stillness, his form a tranquil presence against the ever-changing horizon, his teachings timeless amidst impermanence. Another day had passed, leaving those gathered beneath the Bodhi tree filled with renewed understanding and purpose to guide their actions. The moonlight bathed the grove in silver radiance, illuminating the disciples' path forward, carrying Buddha's wisdom into the unfolding unknown. The Buddha stopped near a patch of daisies, their simplicity contrasting the vibrant allure of nearby orchids. Yet equally captivating, these daisies, the Buddha said, do not strive to outshine the orchids. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.